So, quick truth before you scroll. If you've done the mindset work and the affirmations and the healing and the journaling, and you still can't seem to quit reacting and sabotaging or just starting over all the time or feeling stuck, I just want you to know you are not broken. You're not the problem at all. See, you're regulated for survival, not for peace. And nobody teaches us that part. We all want a more peaceful life. We want to be this version of ourselves that we envision that handles life so much better. But nobody ever taught us how to get those things. So, anyway, I'm Sammie, and I help people move from emotional survival mode into self leadership and sovereignty. So, if you're tired of fighting yourself, then stay. This live is for you. I am talking to you. It's actually a little bit chilly today. I'm in Arizona, so usually it's nice and cozy, but it's cloudy and dark today, so it's chilly. I really have nothing to complain about though. Like, I'm still out here in a crop top with just a little like fleece thing over my shoulders. So yeah. All right. So it's Friday. Most people are drained, numb, but overstimulated right now. And here's the thing, that's not weakness. It's nervous system overload. So then we start snapping at people. Or we start procrastinating because we're just overwhelmed and so tired. We might even scroll instead of resting because our nervous system is overstimulated, so we can't even just stop thinking. Overthinking. So we're scrolling instead because we can't stop thinking. We can't get our brain to shut up if we just try to relax. This can also be emotional eating because we're trying to numb the pain, or several other things that people do to numb the pain. There are so many things that is. Hello, how are y'all doing today? And the biggest thing is wanting to change but avoiding it. And so many of us do that because we tried everything. We think we've done all this work and we tried so much and tried changing so much. So then eventually we just get to this point where we start wanting to change, but then we avoid it. Yeah, I am a fucking weirdo. I promise you that. I feel like an alien because the way people think today really fucking confuses me. So call me an alien. I'm not insulted. I'm fucking amazing. But yeah, anyway. That's the thing. All of these things that I was mentioning, they're just safety strategies. They're not character flaws. And they're not your personality. And we can't think our way out of a body that feels unsafe. So no matter how much mindset work you do, no matter how much healing you do, no matter how many affirmations you do and vision boards you do and how much you know the right thing, the thing to be better or do better, you still can't get it right. Because your body still feels unsafe, because your body is stuck in patterns. It's stuck in survival mode. So, yeah, I want to quickly go over a quick way that we can get ourselves out of survival mode. And please excuse the plane. My kids are like inside chilling, watching TV. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to go outside to record this real quick. So now that the plane's gone, if you're with me, let's put both of our feet flat on the floor. And you're going to inhale deeply through your nose. Hold it for just a minute. And then we want a longer exhale out of your mouth. That longer exhale than inhale automatically signals to your body and your nervous system that you can be safe, that you can slow down. Maybe you felt your shoulders drop. So let's do that one more time. We're gonna do a long inhale through the nose, hold it, and a longer exhale out of the mouth. And now I want you to see 3 colors that you see. Okay? And now you just showed your body safety. Like, that's all it takes. So often, our body never learns that it can stop, that it can be safe, that we can slow down. So what I teach people about is learning to do that when it comes to being in a reactive situation. And not needing to, like, obviously, if we're in a reactive situation, we can't just be like, oh, hold on a second, I've got to do this breathing exercise so I don't freak out on you, right? We can't just decide to do that. So we need to learn to do that in real time and not need a breathing exercise. But we can't get to that point until we start showing our body that there's safety, that we can be safe. So a really great thing I like to teach people to do. Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you. Thank you. I love doing unique things. But yeah, one thing I really like to teach people about is to get to that place to where we get to respond to the actual life situations that are happening instead of reacting, is taking an exercise like what we just did, but bringing in a situation where you reacted, where maybe you got angry and said something you didn't want to, or reacted in a way you didn't want to, or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be anger. It could be sadness. It could be, oh, this made me sad, so I went and I ate. Or this made me sad, so I called this person and I really didn't want to call that person. All of that is reactive behavior. All of that is survival pattern behavior and self-sabotaging behavior. So we take something like that breathing exercise and we bring up that moment where we reacted, that moment where we had a reaction and reacted in a way that we didn't want to. And then we think about that moment, we notice how we're feeling in our body about that moment, and we do that breath. And then in our mind, respond the way we would have wanted to respond. See, our brain doesn't know the difference between a vivid imagination and what is actually really happening in life. So when we go back into that situation and we respond in a different way, we're teaching our body and our mind that there is another option and that that option is safe. This is the biggest thing. We weren't taught that it was safe. Many of us grew up and we learned survival before we learned response. We learned that love wasn't safe. We learned that the people that were supposed to care for us weren't safe. We learned that, people in power weren't safe. Whatever it may be for you. There's so many different things it could be, and it may seem like such a small thing, but if it's trauma, it's trauma. If it's something that changed the way you see life and you experience life, that's a big deal. It doesn't matter how small it is. And we experience that at a young age, and then we go through life and our nervous system and our mind and our body is like, oh, well, if this happens, then this is what comes next. So our body responds in that way. So if relationships weren't safe when you're growing up, you're going to grow up sabotaging every single relationship you come across. I definitely did. And now I can say I'm happily in a relationship that I've been with my husband since I was 18. For a long time, we hurt each other very, very badly because we didn't know how to be in a relationship with each other because of the way we grew up. So it's surprising that we even made it. Nobody fucking thought we would make it. Nobody. At all. Like I was pregnant 3 months after we got together. And Yeah, it was a lot. We hurt each other a lot. And that's why I do this, because I love to help people get through that without like all the heartache and heartbreak that I had to go through in life, because it was really hard and it really sucked. So that's why like I come on here and I talk about the things I do, because so often we think we're the problem. We think that we are doing something wrong, that there's something wrong with us. Even mental health and therapy is like, oh, you need to try harder. You need to be motivated. You need to do this. You need to do that. You should do this. You should do that. But we don't even have the option to choose, because we're stuck in this place of survival. And that's really fucked up, because then you're being shamed because you don't know how to do it any different way. And then on top of that, we were never taught the right way to deal with our emotions. So often, everyone thinks anger, bad, but anger is not bad. Anger is 100% a very valid emotion, and it is a very useful tool. If no one ever got angry, then who would actually, like, who would have made change? No change would have ever been made if no one got angry. Anger is a guide. It's not a bad thing. We were just never taught to express it appropriately. We were never taught that there is a right way to use all of our emotions, and that all of them are valid and all of them are important, and we can't just shove them down and expect them to go away. See, real power isn't hype. It's calm control over your reactions. And when you're in survival mode, you don't have control over your reactions. You don't get to respond. You just react. You just self-sabotage. And that sucks. That literally takes over every area of your life. I definitely was not happy. I did not have a job I liked. I did not like my relationship. I did not like myself at all. And I tried so hard over and over again to do the right things. I had a healthy mindset. I knew all the things. I was a spiritual person and did the mindset work and the manifestation work and the affirmations and the journaling and the rituals and all the things and the meditating and like so much stuff. And I still failed. And it's like, fuck, what is wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? Why can't I change? I mean, I would literally be losing my shit, because my biggest thing was anger, and going through it and like going off the deep end. And the whole time I'm in my head, like, chill out. What are you doing? Calm down. Just stop. But I couldn't. I didn't know how, because I was just reliving a survival pattern again, and again. So yeah, that is what I am about. I have had a crazy, crazy life full of lots of downs, a lot that I caused, and it took me taking responsibility for that and extreme ownership over that, and being like, okay, you know what? Yeah, all this shit happened, but I chose my responses. And it was the best I could do at the time, but I can do better now because I know better now, and I can do a lot more now. And now my life is fucking amazing. I'm able to look at all those hard things and I'm able to be grateful. I'm able to have gratitude for the hard things that come up now, because I just see it as a chance for expansion, as a chance for growth, and to have more, to embody the woman that I want to be. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video with me, and I'm all about emotional alchemy and knowing that your emotions, your trauma, your pain, your anger, all of that all of it can be used for your highest good. All of it can be used to accomplish your dreams, to have everything you want. That is what alchemy is about. Your anger is not bad. the things that you went through. They don't have to define you and just be some negative thing that you experienced. No, it doesn't mean that what the people did is okay at all. But we don't have to let it hold us back from the amazing things we're meant to do in life. And I believe the amount of darkness that we experience is equal to the amount of light that we're supposed to experience in life. So, like, I'm really grateful for the hardships that I've had because I know I'm going to help someone with everything I've been through one day. And my list is long. My list is fucking crazy. And I can look at all of that now and say, wow, well, yeah, I went through that really hard thing, but look at who I am now. I'm pretty fucking amazing. I'm really proud of what I've been through. Like, not many people could take what I have taken in life and turn it into the beautiful thing that I have. And that's why I really want to help other people do that because, like, when I tell you my life has been crazy and hectic, like, I was sexually abused as a young teenager. And then my mom didn't believe me. And then when I went to court, when I went to the police about it, I got put in juvie. And then my mom signed over custody and like, yeah, it was this whole thing. She didn't believe me. And then from there, like I had self-worth issues, control issues, all this other shit. So what did I decide to do? Oh, let's see. My stepdad that adopted me and like literally paid to become my father decided to molest me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go do porn and escorting. So I decided to go that route. I started doing drugs and then I started doing nude modeling, and that eventually led to videos and escorting. And I stayed in that life for a while. And I don't really, like, I'm not ashamed of it. I don't look down on anybody that does that. Honestly, like, I was hypersexual and that's what I wanted at that time of life. Was it good for me? No, it was not healthy at all. It was my coping. It was my, this is all I'm good for. This is all I'm worth, because that's what my family showed me. But it wasn't, because I did have good people in my family too, but I didn't see that back then, of course, because I was 18 years old. And yeah, so yeah. And then, of course, that whole scene in itself just comes with a lot of bullshit, a lot of drugs, a lot of insecurity, a lot of being told you're not good enough, you're not enough. And then I met my husband when I was 18, who had also had a very traumatic childhood and bringing up, and like way, way worse than mine. Like, he was selling drugs as a young teenager because his parents weren't taking care of him and his siblings, and he had to keep the electricity on. So we're both very scarred, very fucked up people, trying to love each other, trying to be there for each other, because we wanted so badly just someone to love us and someone that was safe. And I don't know how we ever made it work, but we hurt each other a lot, a lot. And we've not been together for 15 years. Finally, we had our hand vesting in October for our 15-year anniversary. So, like, we've gone through a lot and come out really, really amazing. But through that relationship, like, there's a lot of struggles. We hurt each other a lot. There was physical abuse on both sides. There's mental abuse. And I also went to jail. And yeah, there was a lot. So it's been like a never-ending fight. But I'm so grateful for all of it because of where I am today, because of who I am today, because of what I can share today, because I went through all of that and it still like took me forever to become a really, really angry, bitter person. I did eventually. I lost my dad, not the one that hurt me, but a dad that wasn't my biological father, that wasn't my stepdad, that had like no reason to take care of me and still did. I lost him and I kind of lost it completely. I broke a little. And yeah, I was able to come back from that. And it took a lot. It took a combination of mind, body, and soul healing. And that's why I do this now, today, because It's so, so important to me. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Much love. Have an incredible weekend. I will talk to y'all later.